on the Overquill we saw a moment ago. I do have the Hatterene here as well, without a whole lot of... I don't know if Trick Room has gotten set up, actually. I guess we'll find out momentarily. Yes, it sure has. So the Dazzling Gleam will get off. A little scary to do that in front of Pelipper, but I don't think this Pelipper's got the wide guard. And that means that both the Dazzling Gleam and the Hyper Voice are going to go into this Pelipper and pick up the knockout. Sneasler protected it away. It does have the Grassy Seed to boost up its stats a little bit, but not going to help a whole lot against the special damage that's happening here. And it's just the Sneasler remaining, with just the... just one Sneasler. Does have the Terra, it looks like, so we'll be able to Terra out of... Oh, never mind, it's going to be Terraing just into the Stellar typing. So that's not going to do a whole lot for it. Tries to go for the double protect, not going to get it, and that is going to be Nicholas picking up the Game 1 victory. No way the Psychic doesn't pick up the KO, yep. So that is Game 1 of Round 1 here. We have 6 rounds of Swiss today. I'm gonna call it 36 Masters. No, 35 Masters. There's one senior here. That's game number 1 to Nicholas with the Fairy team. Interested in seeing how this one goes. It's a little bit different than the ones he's used in the past. Does have the Ursuluna Blood Moon as that Terra Fairy, you know, the Paldean Gym Leader captain. And I know he was saying he was just building this team yesterday, so doing an impressive job piloting it so far. I like the Clefairy, actually. The Clefairy plus the Hatterene to try to get the Trick Room active. That's good. That's probably what he did in game number 1. No reason to switch it up too much. On Edward's side, we did see the Overquill. Don't know if that's going to be super helpful in this matchup. Definitely just need something that can stop a lot of these... special attackers on this team. Do have the Azumarill still, so it can't be fully into those special attackers, but... Game number 2 now. Nick up 1 game here in our first round of action. Got our Chaladon Pelipper as the lead for Edward, and it's going to be the Clefairy Hatterene for Nicholas. So you did that follow me pressure on Nick's side. Our Chaladon can, of course, do some pretty good damage regardless of that, but Trick Room getting up would be very good for Nicholas regardless, so we'll see what Edward wants to do about it. There's the follow me. There's the Muddy Water. This Hatterene is Covert Cloak, so it won't be able to drop its accuracy, but it does take a big chunk of damage there. We will see the Electro Shot here, which might be a problem, actually, for Edward, because it means that, Ursuluna will be able to take the field after this probably knocks out the Clefairy. Yep, there it goes. That means that after this Trick Room from Hatterene, all the slow Pokemon are going to be on Nicholas' side, and Trick Room will be up. And there will be 2 very strong attackers in for Nick, so this can be a pretty dicey one now for Edward. Is the Sash Pelipper at the very least, so... don't have to worry about Pelipper not being able to take a hit here. We'll see what the decision is, and for Edward's side, what do you think you're going to take damage for? Ooh, we do see the Terra on Edward's side. Did Nick call that one correctly? Because... oh wait, no, that's Nick's Terra, never mind. See if Edward also goes for the Terra. No Terra! Calling out the Blood Moon here from the Ursuluna. The Ursuluna Blood Moon. And does take the hit, so Arch gets that hit. And Pelipper takes the hit. But we'll see now what comes out in return. It's the Flash Cannon into the Hatterene, does pick up the KO. So that is 2 Pokemon down for Nicholas already. And Pelipper goes for the Muddy Water. An accuracy drop would be huge here. Does not get it. So that is 1 silver lining for Nicholas here in game number 2. Ursuluna is very low on HP at this point, but At this point, Nicholas should be able to pick up double KOs this turn. And in rain, the Azumarill is going to be heavily enhanced. Let me take a look at their stats real quick. But regardless, I'd be surprised if Hyper Voice doesn't pick up both KOs here, and at that point it'll just be a question of what Edward has in the back and what he wants to do with it. Ooh, we're going to see the Pelipper Protect, actually, so we're going to be stalling out Trick Room a little bit. If Trick Room gets stalled out, it's going to be pretty good for Edward. Ooh, and that the Liquidation doesn't KO, although the Hyper Voice certainly should. Yep, there we go. It should be like, I don't know, 2 turns of Trick Room left, I think? We'll call it 2 turns of Trick Room left. See what comes in here. If it's the Sneasler, it can Protect. If it's the Rillaboom, it can Fake Out. It is going to be the Rillaboom. So it can Fake Out. That's what it means. We'll see what the choice ends up being, though. It's a pretty difficult one for Nicholas here, without a lot of damage being threatened. The Fake Out into the Ursaluna does take the hit, and the Liquidation coming out now into the Pelipper does pick up the KO, so not a huge issue for Nicholas. There is still only the 1 turn of Trick Room remaining, I think. Preface with I think, to be clear that I don't know for sure. Which is not bad for Nicholas, honestly. Rillaboom should not be able to Protect here. And should drop to a single Blood Moon. We're going to call that 1 turn of Trick Room remaining. We couldn't see through the thing. Ooh, this could be dicey. Could be an interesting one here. See what the choice is. Ooh, I don't know about that one. We'll see. It's the Protect from the Blood Moon. And the Protect from the Sneasler. See the Grassy Glide into the Blood Moon. Okay, that makes sense, actually, trying to make sure that Grassy Glide doesn't hit you. And the Play Rough into the Rillaboom does not do a ton of damage. Rain is down now. Trick Room should be over, I believe. Yep, Twisted Dimensions return to normal. And now a bit better of an opportunity for Nicholas, actually, being able to go for a big hit into the Sneasler. We are going to see the Terra on the Sneasler. This could be a winning play for Edward if this KOs. That should be a Dire Claw into the Azumarill. Yeah, we're going to see the Grassy Glide first. That should pick up the KO. It sure does. And at this point, even if Azumarill does take the hit, it's going to be difficult for it to take 2. And that's assuming it doesn't get sleeved with the Dire Claw. Oh, and the Dire Claw just picks up the KO on you guys. So Edward's going to take game number 2, pivoting a little bit differently around the start of the battle and just making a nice call on the 50-50 Blood Moon versus Earth Power. That really did decide things, because that meant the Hatterene was out of the way, which meant that Nicholas wasn't really able to do anything after that. These games have been moving pretty quickly so far, and so I'm curious how game number 3 is going to continue. Did not see Overquill in that second game. We also did not see the Basculegion. We did see the Overquill very briefly in that first game, so we know that Edward's considering bringing it, but I think it's correct to not bring it into this matchup. And honestly, I wonder if Nicholas just wants to go for the same thing again. I don't hate the lead. I don't hate the turn 1. I don't hate losing the Clefairy immediately. Could certainly go for something a little different, but I don't dislike what Nicholas was going with before. Let's see if he wants to switch it up, though. Comfey and the Grimmsnarl haven't come yet so far. Comfey does have that triage in order to boost the priority of those healing moves, which are real good. We're going to get into game number 3 here for our first round. We'll have 6 rounds of Swiss today, so want to at least go 4-2 to have a chance of the bubble there. It's going to be the Rillaboom and the Archaludon lead here versus the Comfey and the Hatterene. That does leave the ability to go for the Fake Out here for Edward. Although Comfey's healing moves actually out-priority the Fake Out, I'm pretty sure. I believe it's +3 priority, while the Fake Out's just +2. So Comfey would actually out-priority the Rillaboom here. But we'll see if that's what Edward's thinking about here. Or if he wants to try to switch this out and do some damage. Go. Give me the Fake Out. And just a Flash Cannon into the Hatterene. It does really good damage. Almost picks up the KO. 14 HP remaining on the Hatterene. And just a little Dazzling Gleam there. Not going to do a ton of damage. And that's a real good first turn for Edward. The Comfey flinches there. We know from its moves that has to be had to be Trick Room. That's a real good first turn for Edward. Because now Trick Room is not up. Hatterene, we know, does not have that Protect. Neither does the Comfey. And so, basically, anything Edward wants to go for here is going to be pretty free. Picking up the Hatterene and trying to do some damage to the Comfey, who's not the bulkiest Pokemon out there. Could either eat a big Flash Cannon or a big Bullet Seed off the loaded dice. So we need a Grassy Glide just to finish off the Hatterene. Not really much of a point to it, but gonna go for it anyways. Now we'll see, can the Archaludon pick up the KO here with the Flash Cannon? Ooh, 14 HP remaining again, and so Trick Room does get up. That does leave the Comfey very low, although Comfey does have Triage, so it will out-priority the Grassy Glide. It's still very low on HP regardless, and that's the leftovers as well, so this thing be healing. But now we'll see if Edward has enough in the tank, or excuse me, if Nick has enough in the tank to take down Edward here. Because not a lot of Pokemon left on Nick's side, and Edward has not taken much damage so far. We will see. Ooh, the switch out on the Rillaboom as well. I like this play. So that probably is the... Oh, it's the Overqwil switching in, actually. I don't mind that at all. It gets the Intimidate down onto the Azumarill, the only real target for the Intimidate on this team. Comfey will switch out, but that's just going to be into the Blood Moon, which not really a problem for Edward. We're going to see Nicholas's Terra here. That is the Terra Fire on the Azumarill. And I believe the Azumarill is hoping to hit that Terra Fire, Terra Blast into the Rillaboom, and it will be rudely interrupted here. -1 Terra Blast into the neutral target of Overqwil, and that takes no damage at all. And we'll see the Flash Cannon into the Ursaluna. It'll do, wow, really nice chunk, actually. Another one plus Life Orb Chip should be enough to take out the Ursaluna. But at this point, there are so many advantages on the side of Edward here. And at this point, it's also just a matter of reading Terras, and at this, I mean, Nicholas really needs to get rid of this Archaludon right now. And the only real way to do that is to read it out with Ursaluna and pick the correct move, either the Blood Moon if it Terras, or the Earth Power if it does not. We're going to see no Terra here. The Liquidation and the Overqwil does minimal damage. The Earth Power into the Archaludon doesn't take the hit. No, it does not. And Archaludon will drop. Ursaluna will take some HP recoil on the back of that, and Barb Barrage into the Ursaluna does very little damage. Does poison, of course. So we'll keep ticking down that Ursaluna's HP. Does recover from the grassy terrain, but the Life Orb chip plus the poison chip is going to slowly eat away at that guy. And now we will see the Rillaboom come back out here. Does have the fake out, of course, to keep stalling out turns of Trick Room. See the fake out in the Blood Moon. I like that choice. Try to tick it down a little bit more in terms of its HP. Does mean the Terra Blast will go into the Rillaboom, and oh, it does take the hit. Rillaboom barely takes that one, and so we'll see the Barb Barrage into the Azumarill now. Takes a little chunk of damage, and then also gets poisoned. That poison damage is going to start stacking up here. Particularly with just the Comfey in the back, not the best damage carry here, especially because it can't even Leech Seed the Rillaboom. And now some choices to make. Grassy Terrain is down, so Grassy Glide no longer has the priority. That could be pretty meaningful. Trick Room still has one final turn remaining. Edward has one Pokemon in the back we don't know about. Could be the Pelipper, could be something else. Just one turn here of Trick Room. I think Edward wants to get the Rillaboom out of here right now and let the Overquill kind of just take down... I mean, the Ursaluna is going to drop to poison damage plus Life Orb chip. We're going to see the Terra here, actually. No switches, just the Terra. The Terra Dragon on the Overquill. Edward has identified his win condition, and it seems to be that Overquill right now. Just the Barb Barrage damage. See the Liquidation go into the Rillaboom. It will pick up the KO. And now, we'll see the Blood Moon into the Overquill. That should be enough to KO. It is. So the Terra does nothing there. And that leaves us with just a 2v1 to close this one out. Whatever Edward has in the back against the Comfey and the Azumarill, as Ursaluna will tick down to the poison damage. But Trick Room is over. Comfey is on very low HP. I forgot about that one. And it is the Sneasler in the back. It is Grassy Seed. It won't activate Unburden, but it won't really matter into this. And no Protects on Nicholas's side. Just a question here of how much damage this does. Floral Healing goes into the Azumarill. Makes sense. Want to heal that guy up. Floral Healing heal status? It does not. Dire Claw takes out the Comfey. And it might come down to Dire Claw status. It really might. Liquidation, I don't believe this should KO. It does not. The next one will. Oh, and Azumarill's already status, so Dire Claw can't even status. I think you've got to go for the close combat here and hope it gets it. Sneasler's going to protect. Get one more turn of Poison Chip. That makes sense. Liquidation will pick up the KO if Nicholas is able to get it off. Now it's just a question, can Sneasler pick up about 3/4 of Azumarill's HP with a close combat? Ooh, Nicholas might switch this up here, which could be a real issue. It's going to be the Aqua Jet. Does not KO the Sneasler. The Dire Claw the other direction, though. That's a little bit lower damage. Ooh, and now we're in a similar spot here. The Aqua Jet will certainly KO. The Sneasler's going to protect here. It's going to come down to a double protect, I think. I think the Poison Chip is just enough damage. If Sneasler gets the double protect, I think Edward wins. Yeah, down to 22. You can see the crowd's into this one. The double protect fails! The double protect will fail, the Aqua Jet will get off, and Nicholas Stavrakis wins a intense round number 1. You don't always get the full the full arena clap for round number 1, but sure did this time. Hi, it's me and Fuecoco here. We're gonna take a quick break now, a very quick one, because we will be ready for round number 2 very soon. Don't go anywhere.